Before we begin, I would like to acknowledge that we are gathered on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, and Musqueam nations. We will now sing O Canada.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see, we rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land, glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
In 2005, the United Nations General Assembly designated January 27th as International Holocaust Remembrance Day. January 27th marks the liberation of Auschwitz, Birkenau, the concentration and extermination camp operated by Nazi Germany in occupied Poland during World War II. The intention of this annual Day of Remembrance is to serve as a formal date in which to honor the victims and the survivors of the Holocaust and to promote Holocaust education and awareness throughout the world.
We will light these 6 candles in honor of the 6 million Jews who lost their lives during the Holocaust. Hanna Senes was a Hungarian Jew who volunteered to go in Nazi-controlled areas in Europe to save Jewish lives during World War II. She was later discovered and executed by the Nazis. She was known both for her heroism and her poetry.
I will now recite Blessed is the Match by Hanna Senes. Blessed is the match consumed in kindling flame. Blessed is the flame that burns in the secret fastness of the heart. Blessed is the heart with strength to stop it beating for honor's sake. Blessed is the match consumed in kindling flame. The chaplain will now sing Eli Eli, also by Hanna Senes.
I will now read Auschwitz by Charles N. Whitaker. The semi-quaver chugging of the train on the track, and the people on board who will never go back, and the terror in the eyes of all the young ones to go, with no one knowing as the train comes to slow. Those men at the station as the ramps drop down, where humanity lost is the only crippled sound. Hope gone for those who stand behind the hard, sharp wire, and the smoke in the towers rises just a little higher, and the blue ink stabs a little harder in the skin, above the veins of despair where murder let it in, and the terror in the eyes of all those about to leave. Another train on the track, no last-minute reprieve. And the slow crotchet chugging of the train on the track, and the people on board who will never go back.
The Yiddish song by Berezovsky, Am Yisrael Chai, identifies the strength of those who survived. All the terror that existed, bravely faced, our hope persisted. Ghetto, death camp full of pain and cries. Jewish folk alive remaining. And once more our song containing our message, Am Yisrael Chai. Öffnet hier und öffnet teuer, schon genug der Treuer, mit Pfonnen flotter spannt hat sind die frei. Von die Bunkers, von die Lächer, steigen Wellen mir als Hecher, weil mir sagen, Am Yisrael Chai. Wieder aufgehen wird das Leben und der Mittagticken geben, wählen mir das Alt, was ist vorbei. Legt der Ziegel zu a Ziegel, über uns gesprecht die Fliegel, hat der Geuel Am Yisrael Chai. Es scheint die Sonne schon wieder, durch Tränen scheint es Glück. Zum Leben, Schwester, Brüder, wir kehren sich zurück. Wie viel Schrecks ist nur vorannen, heldisch sein in mir ausgestanden, Ghettos-Lager voll mit Peingeschrei. Jiddisch Volk geblieben sind wir, uns wird wieder unser Sämmer weit verklingen. Am Yisrael Chai. Es scheint die Sonne scheint wieder, durch Tränen scheint das Glück. Zum Leben, Schwester, Brüder, wir kehren sich zurück.
I will now share the English transliteration of El Malrachamim Memorial Prayer. Merciful God, who dwells above, provide a sure rest upon the divine presence's wings, amongst of the holy and the pure, whose shining resembles the skies, all the souls of the 6 million Jews, victims of the European Holocaust, who were murdered, slaughtered, burnt, and exterminated for the sanctification of the name by the Nazi assassins and their helpers from the rest of the peoples. Therefore, the Master of Mercy will protect them forever from beneath his wings and will bind their souls in the bonds of life. The everlasting is their heritage. The Garden of Eden shall be their resting room, and they shall rest peacefully upon their lying place. They will stand for their fate at the end of days, and let us say, Amen.
Mole Rachamim Shochen Mameramim Hamtzem Nuchanichon Ha Tachat Kanfe Hashchina במעלות קדושים מותרים כזוהר הרקיע מזהירים את כל הנשמות של 6 מיליוני היהודים חללי השואה באירופה שנהרגו, שנשחטו, שנשרפו ושנכפו על קידוש השם בידי המרצחים הגרמנים הנאצים ועוזריהם משאר העמים. לכן בעל הרחמים יסירם בסדר כנפיו לעולמים, וצרור בצרור החיים את נשמותיהם. אדוני הוא נחלתם, וינוחו בשלום, ויעמדו לגורלם לקץ הימין, ונאמר Amen.
The following is a reading from Anne Frank, Diary of a Young Girl, entry for Saturday, July 15, 1944. In spite of everything, I still believe that people are really good at heart. I simply can't build up my hopes on a foundation consisting of confusion, misery, and death. I see the world gradually being turned into a wilderness. I hear the ever-approaching thunder, which will destroy us too. I can feel the suffering of millions, and yet, if I look up into the heavens, I think that it will all come right, and that this cruelty too will end, and that peace and tranquility will return again. In the meantime, I must uphold my ideals, for perhaps the time will come when I shall be able to carry them out.
As is traditional, we conclude this service with the Mourner's Kaddish, remembering all who have passed away in the Holocaust and who have passed away from our midst here. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalmad yivrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon v'yamachon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael b'agala v'zman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam ul'mel maya. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל בטחתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן.